Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Men of power create their world. Men of power. Now, of course, I'm known for talking about body game, man gets woman, but yeah, anybody's really paying attention to me, no, I'm also talking about how men can control their own lives, being sovereign. And when I talk about men of power, that means they can make something happen. That means they have some control or at least leverage in their lives. They either have their own business, their own way of bringing in money, or if they have to work for somebody else, if they have to work in a career or a business, they run in that business. They the managers. They the general managers of the store. They're the corporate executive. They're in a position where their decisions make a difference. Let's be clear on that. Let's be clear on that. I ain't gonna be nice about it. If you're not in a position where your decisions can make something happen, then you don't have power. It's just that simple. And every man should be striving for that. Even if you got to start out with something. Now, I understand you might start a job, a business, whatever, and you're not in a position of influence or power, in a position to make something happen, but you should be striving for it, especially if you're young. There's nothing wrong with learning something. So let's be clear on that. So one of the things, even beyond being in a position of authority, power, influence, is creating your world. Notice I said your world. Like when I hear someone saying, oh, they are doing this to me, or they are doing this, or I have to just put up with this because of this, you don't have power. Power is the ability to impose your will on your environment. Let me say that again. Power is the ability to impose your will on your environment. When I say then your environment, where you live, where you choose to live. You drive what you choose to drive. You make your money in the manner you choose to make it. You deal with women in the manner that you choose. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Since we are, on this channel, I'm known for talking about man gets woman. Look, if anytime as a man you doing stuff because it's the woman's agenda, you don't have power. Ultimately, when you're dealing with a woman, you have to follow your agenda. See, I always say she needs to be in submission to your mission. Your mission is your agenda. You ain't switching up or doing things different for her. No. She either's down for your program, she not. If she ain't down for your program, all right, let her walk along and get with somebody else who might be down for her program. But ultimately, it's your program because you're there. It's your money that's expected to be spent. Like if you dating or something, you're expected to take charge and be dominant anyway. So it might as well be on your terms. It's kind of silly. Okay, you making all this money and everything, expect to protect, to provide and everything, but then you doing it on her schedule. It's like, oh, hold up. No, I'm dealing with you when I feel like it. That's part of your world. Is living the life that you want to live. Because even though I'm saying, okay, I brought in the woman part, man, that's a commercial to your main program. And this ain't nothing against women. I know some women watch this, but look, no. Because, and I would say to any women watching this, y'all know y'all don't have any respect for a man who all of a sudden just start following you. You don't. For any of the women watching this. So now I'm telling the men, okay, if the woman don't have respect for you that way, don't live there. Focus on what you want to do, your terms, and the woman down for that is going to come to you. The woman who's down, let me say it again, the woman who's down to that, she going to come to you. Even if you approach that woman, all you doing in the approach is not trying to impress her. All you doing in the approach is letting you know, okay, I think you're attractive. I'm right here. Now what you going to do? And if she's like acting all funny, it's like, oh man, damn, you got a fat ass too. Oh well, move on to the next. In fact, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real. And I don't mean any disrespect to somebody who might teach it differently, but ultimately a man should be on his own plane to the point that the woman got to work hard to get his attention. Even if he approaching, meaning she need to be putting out breadcrumbs or something. She need to be. you know? Because if a man is in a position of power, that means he don't have time to be like walking the streets chasing some women down or something. He don't have time. He's working on his shit. Now, if he happened to see a woman when he's out and about doing his thing, that's different. But he shouldn't really be spending his time thinking, oh, I'm gonna go out and go find some women. Please. Please. That woman need to come into his life in the rhythm of his life, you know? Because that's part of your world. Because when you create your world, what you saying? You saying, this is how I want to live. Okay, boom. This is what I want to do for a living to create how I live. Boom. All right. This is the type of woman who needs to come into my world. I need this type. You know, whatever you want physically, whatever you want, especially mentally. Okay, this is what you need. She needs to qualify to be in your world because it needs to be your thing. See, understand something. Now, I've talked about this before when I talk about basic man. All men have a boundary. Immediate boundary is about 3 feet away from us. Like, we don't like if somebody get too close to us or something. When a woman comes into it, she needs to come into your boundary and not just somebody who has permission to cross your boundary. Because once you extend that boundary, hey, that's protecting her, but it's still your boundary. That's your world right there. So you need to expand that, and you need to let anyone outside of that boundary know, oh, okay, you can't jump in here. This is my world. You know, because I get some dudes, they'll hit me up and say what they should do, or some dudes hit me up and they say, well, this person said I need to be doing this. I say, it's your world. You know, they can express their opinion about what you're doing. They can even dislike it, but at the end of the day, it's what you want to do. That's your world. And you want to have the power to do it. You want to have the power to do it. And you know what, man? I'm going to tell you what. Say what you want about me. I'm living on my terms. And I want other men to do the same thing. You know, when men hit me up and they, you know, if they tell me they got some women and the woman's fine, I'm like, okay. But when those same men or different men hit me up and say, hey, I got this business going, or I got this property and stuff, or I'm really dominating some stuff. Salute, full salute, standing salute and everything, you know? I'd stand there, but honestly, I'm in my pajama pants. Anyway, but look, I'm gonna tell you what, every man wants power. Every man wants power, even if it's just power in your own life. Every man should be working towards it. Even if you gotta work for somebody, you need to be working for a position of leverage. Like if you gotta be somebody's employee, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that as you're growing, as you're developing, you know? There's nothing wrong with starting out that way. Everybody gotta start somewhere. But you still wanna be in a position where you're the most viable employee as you're moving up. You want to move in a position of leverage. And you also want to put yourself in a position where you ain't putting up with any bullshit from any superior or anything. And when I say superior, manager or something like that, supervisor, just real quick, you shouldn't look at another man as superior to you. Just have that mindset. At best, they need to be an associate or an equal, but never superior to you in that sense. Remember that, you know? Because even if you start a job or something, you need to be thinking, okay, I need to be the manager. And I've seen people do it. I've done it, you know? And I need to be the manager quick. I need to move up quick. You need to always have that mindset. And then when you're in business, you need to be thinking, I need to be making this business to the point I can live on my terms, you know? Every man wants to live by his will. Every man wants to live by his will, instead of living by someone else's will. That's the mindset you gotta have. And yeah, it's tough. It's going to be tough, man. If it was easy, everybody would do it. I wouldn't even have to talk about it. I could talk about something else. But you want to be in that position. Understand that. You want to be in that position to have some power. You want to develop that power. And then when you have that power, create the world, your environment, your boundary that you want to live in. All right? And I want y'all to consider that. Yeah, like I said, I'm known for talking about Man gets woman on here a body game, but anybody really listening, it's about your whole life and living life on your terms. You know, not living a secondhand life, not complaining, having a victim mentality. You know, it's your world. I want you to have that mindset, okay? No matter what. All right? So remember that. So anyway, I want y'all to follow my words. Not consider my words. All men listening to this need to follow my words and start working on developing your power. All right? So anyway, that's all I have for today. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.